Alright, so I guess I should go ahead and come clean with this now. I apologize for this being released so late in the day of Monday, but also, if you guys aren't seeing it, it's about Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. I apologize. No. I started talking and my pup thought I was talking to him when I was talking to you guys. I tried everything that I could with my laptop, but it's not happening. The stream I promised to do for you guys is not happening anytime soon. Reason being is my laptop, it just does not have enough kick like it needs to have in order for it to be able to stream. Now, if you're seeing this before my last video, and my gear might be different than what you seen last time in last video, don't worry, I'm not doing much of anything here. This is more just of a apology video, but I'm also thinking possibly by the time you guys see the next video, you'll have learned that I have done everything that I can on surface level. Okay? All the shrines anyways. Now, with that being said, I've yet to find all the shrines in the Sky Islands. Now, I know some of them are probably going to be story locked, more so than... Well, let me rephrase. Are going to be a little bit more difficult to reach because of either story lock or I'm lacking equipment or abilities. So, that being said, I technically still have a few shrines to find, you ask me. So, we could try to locate some of these in this video, but that's not what we're here for. I'm here to say I'm sorry for saying I was going to be able to try to stream, and I was not able to try to stream at all. I wasn't able to at all because my laptop, its graphics card's only got about 4 gigs of RAM in it, and that's not enough kick to do any kind of streaming for YouTube with OBS Studio. Now, yes, I can record all day long, alright? That's no problem. My laptop can actually handle that. But part of the reason why my plans for streaming is not going to happen is, well, the project that I had lined up. Give me a moment here, folks. This is the part where I kind of fade into another kind of video clip. But, and I know you guys are probably getting double feedback on the sound. In fact, let me try to fix that temporarily. Okay. Give me a moment here. There we go. TV's muted. My TV's muted. But you guys can still hear everything I've got to say. Now, the project was... No, I did not want... okay. Phone, work with me here. Work with me here. The project was this piece here. I've had since... Well, we'll just say we've had it for a while. I'd like to be able to have this thing fully furnished up and loaded out. That way I can give a little bit more of a backstory. But this was the project. Now you can probably see here this little circular metal disc. I had to cut it out from the back up over here. And that's because this tower isn't like any other tower out there. In fact, they don't make these towers. Not anymore anyways. This is all proprietary, all custom built, and I've had it for quite some time. And it wasn't until the last 4 years or so that I started trying to accumulate all the hardware needed to go into this thing. been an absolute pain in the neck to do so. I'm just a few steps closer. Now, with that being said, I did manage to get to Geek Squad and have them take a look over this, but they couldn't source the fans, and they're telling me that I might not be able to source a cable or two because of it. Everything, literally, I had motherboard, processor, graphics card, power supply, RAM, all in this tower, handed directly to them, and they said they could not source the fans even though they have bigger resources and they have easier access to resources than what I've got. So, here we are, fully gutted chassis, had to be modified in order to put in a part that they said would fry my entire rig and all the components, because they believe the airflow of the power supply is supposed to be going inwards through the back and outwards through the bottom inside the case. So the problem with that is I could fry a lot of the components because the power supply is generating too much heat. Okay? I'm not going to go into any of the details of what's going in here just yet, but there's going to be a lot, and I mean a lot of hardware going into this. Okay? To give you guys an idea of what to be expecting, I might be running 16 to 32 terabytes in this tower. I might. It's not guaranteed, but I might. All in all, I'm not going to say the price of how much I'm spending on this. But what I can tell you is I was able to size the fans up right. Best Buy, when they measured it up, Geek Squad measured it up, they told me it was 70mm fans for this thing. That's not the case. They were actually 10mm off. It was 80mm fans that I needed inside this thing. So, the plan was to use this to do the streaming, not the laptop. To give you an idea of the setup that I've got going on right now, I've got a 3-screen monitor setup ready to play. You can see my videos playing off in the background over here on this laptop. That's actually my second oldest laptop. It still has, if we look right. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, there's a little bit of a glimmer there. That is an original VGA hookup. Now, with this being my second oldest laptop, not only does it have a VGA hookup, it also has an HDMI hookup. It's running Windows 10. That said, it's my second oldest laptop. My oldest laptop is running Windows 7 with a VGA hookup. So, if that gives you some semblance of how old this puppy is, well then good. If it doesn't, you're just going to have to wait to hear the story when it's finished being built and I debut it on the channel. But we've been through quite a bit with this tower. We've been through a lot of torture and brain stressing across money. If I can afford this, if I can afford that. Well, the good news is I could say I've got a new front I/O port for USBs. I've got 80mm fans all the way around, ready to be on order. In fact, I already have one which I think is going to be mounted to the top or the side plate that is missing. I'm not going to show the side plate, but just know it is there, it does exist. And these disk drives, don't worry, I'm not going to utilize them. I've got another one on way to replace at least one of them. But all I can say is I got this. Well, I'm not even going to say that just yet. Like I said, the idea was to use this as the streaming system. Make it my new studio system and setup. as compared to my little Nitro 5 up here that's can't even do that, you know? But this is happening slowly but surely. Let's see. Disk drive, fans, USB I/O, what does it have on the list? Fans. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all that I'm missing for making this rig capable of running. That and aside from the Windows 11 software. God, I hate Windows 11. I can't believe I just said I was going to use it on this thing. It hurts. It hurts saying that. Because if I'm being completely honest, it makes me want to cry that I'm having to use Windows 11. Windows 11 is the new Windows Vista. Alright? I know there are quite a few of you millennials and Gen Zs out there that absolutely like it. Stop. Windows 11 does not belong on such a superb system. Okay? In fact, I feel like that if I put Windows 11 on there, on this computer, it's going to hinder it and hold it back a crap ton. The reason being is why I say that is Windows 11 literally looks like Microsoft took a MacBook and a tablet running Jelly Bean Android software into the same room and forced them to get it on and had a love-hate relationship child to bring us Windows 11. It feels like absolute sloppy seconds. I'm sorry. That's exactly what it looks like. That's how it feels like. There is no way I'm going to get used to Windows 11. It looks horrendous. I am sorry. It is terrible. And the fact that I'm going to have to put it onto this system, which the processor, mind you, the processor and the motherboard are both rated for Windows 10. And now I'm having to force Windows 11 down its throat. I feel terrible. I feel like a very, very horrible person for saying that or for even thinking of doing the idea. In fact, I'm literally holding back tears on my face right now. That's lightning. No. I'm sorry for you guys that don't know why what I'm talking about. In-game lightning storm going on, but I'm still on the explanation of this title. Yeah, I am quite literally holding back tears at the corners of my eyes from even saying that I have to get Windows 11 on this thing. It makes me almost want, if I do put it on here, it almost makes me want to throw this tower out. That's how bad the software is. Okay? Now I'm gonna make do. I'm gonna do what I can. But my God, Microsoft, please get your head out your ass, because that's. Let's run down the history of software right quick. Okay, Windows Millennium, all right, came out. It was crap. It was pretty much dog shit. Had quite a few problems, from what I understand. Then it came out Windows 99 and all that. It wasn't too bad. Okay, people made do with it. Windows XP, phenomenal. Everybody loved it. They didn't want to give it up, but times are changing, so people had to adapt to the newer software and computer systems. And well, with that being said, they go to Windows Vista, and yeah, that was the new Windows Millennium, a chrome covered turd, if you would. And then they realized that's terrible. Let's give some people back their Windows XP, and let's try revamping Vista, relabel it, redo its programming so it's not going to short out in like 2 years. Well, guess what? They did so, and then Windows 7. It was phenomenal. It was almost like when having Windows XP, but with all the newer features and the doodads and all that, that it actually made it feel right instead of compared to Windows Vista. Then, which 2007 is when they came out with Windows 7, hence Windows 7. And then after that, they came out with Windows RT, which came out with the first Microsoft Surface tablet. Wasn't great. Was not great. It was almost like the new Windows Vista again. And then Windows 8.1 came out. A lot of people didn't exactly like that. But it was at least somewhat doable to an extent. Mainly on tablet forms instead of actual laptop systems. So then, out comes Windows 10. Windows 10, I was real iffy about. Okay? I was actually kind of iffy, but after some of the reviews I've seen, it's like, okay, this might be the new Windows 7. And after about 3-4 years of using, actually no, yeah, this laptop over here, about 2 years of using that, it felt like the new Windows 7. Okay? And then this laptop came along. It's like, okay, it's got the new Windows 7 on here. I'm down with that. And I managed to get it, and I've used Windows 10 for like the last 8 years or so now. And now we're with Windows 11. The new Windows Vista. In fact, I think it's almost a arguable thing to say that Windows Millennium was worse than Vista. So if I was to compare softwares right now, I would say Windows Millennium, the equivalent to that nowadays, would be Windows 8 RT 8.1. You know, those were bad. Those were terrible. In fact, Windows 8 and RT, when it first came out, was so bad that Microsoft was giving free downgrades back to Windows 7 until they finally came out with Windows 8 or Windows 10. And now we have Windows 11. Quite literally the new Windows Vista. Okay, Windows Vista, it looked kind of sleek, but it's still, just off first looks, was still kind of iffy. Okay, something about it didn't feel right. Windows 11, my god. Again, sloppy seconds. You click on the start menu, right? Let me rephrase. You look at your taskbar, it's all centered up, and it expands out like the Mac OS software for MacBooks and MacBook Airs. Ew. Gross. No. I do not appreciate that. And then when you click on the start button, it raises up like Android Jelly Bean software for your start menu. Instead of giving you your actual start menu, it gives you literally every single app. Instead of giving you like the system settings and all that. Here. Where's my mouse at? Let's go over here to the laptop. And I open this up. Hang on before I wind up doxing myself. Okay. So we look at the start menu here, right? And holy crap, you can actually go through all of this and navigate it. Windows 11, no. It is not that. It is it wants to literally shove all the apps in your face before you can get to system programming and settings. It doesn't let you navigate easily. And I absolutely despise that. It is horrendous. Atrocious. I'm sorry. That's my feelings on it. Am I ever going to get... No. I am never going to get used to it. Now I hear, in some cases, Okay, I know I've been spending like the last 20 minutes on a little bit of a rant and apologizing that I'm not going to be able to do stream because computer's not done and all that. But this is how I feel. This is how I feel. Okay? Windows 11 is crap. And I feel like with the way things are going nowadays, Windows 12 is supposed to be releasing in 2025. Yay! New Microsoft software. Woo! Okay. The rumor is, and this is the crap part, is that it's going to be a paid-to-use subscription service in order to have access to all the features that Windows 11 or Windows 12 supposedly grants. But in order to use those features, you gotta pay a monthly subscription or something. You gotta pay out a yearly subscription or something. I am not down with that at all. You ask me. You ask me. It is absolutely terrible. Okay? I would not force this software if they have to pay it on my worst enemies. Trust me, I've got quite a few of them. But I'm not going to sit here and force feed a crap software down somebody's throat and expect them to pay for it. Okay? I don't even believe in having to pay it as you use it. In fact, nowadays I'm hearing talk that certain games like this one, there's so much content in here, right? That they're going to force it backwards in time on how things operate. Where you literally have to pay a subscription fee or a subscription service in order to play the whole game. They are talking about taking games like this, really long but really good and detailed games, and making it where you have to pay up like $10 to get like 30 minutes of playtime of a specific game title or something. And that just does not float well with me, like, at all. It sounds very trashy, very scummy, very selfish, very self-centered, very greedy. It's like, we've got to make money off this game. We got to make money off this game. It doesn't matter if they can actually enjoy it or not. You're literally paying for a game by, like, a portion, just a fragment, a segment, just a small little section, a little snippet. You're paying to play a demo. And I'm not down with that. And they're talking about doing that with Windows 12. Or rumor is supposed to be that way. You get so many hours, or you get so many, you got so many days of using Windows 12 as is with all the promised features. And you ask me, that is probably one of the douchiest things any company could do. Like, there is absolutely no way or no reason to have to do all of that, you know? So, that's where we're at now. It's absolute crap. Don't get me wrong. But this is not something that I would enjoy at all. They're talking about doing that with Windows 12. They're talking about doing that with future games. And, well, you guys know how I feel about it now. Okay? Question is, how do you guys feel about it now? Are you guys actually going to get up and do something, or actually go and say something to get something done? That's really up to you guys. Okay? I don't have that big of a voice, apparently, on YouTube. I'm only at 20 subscribers. But that's not enough to be able to throw some weight around and actually have my voice heard and get them to stop with all this bullcrap. Okay? So with all that being said, I kind of have to leave that to you guys. because I don't know who you are, my subscribers, my viewers, but for all I know, there could be one of you, or there could be like 30 of you, or even hundreds of you that I don't even know about, that actually have enough weight with your word to actually get stuff like this to change for the better. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. Alright, I'm not going to get into recording anything else. I'm going to get this video edited up and posted up today. That way you guys know. Alright, I said I was going to try to do the stream. Keyword, I'm pretty sure I said try to do streaming. Okay? In some of my past videos, PSAs, that I was going to do a stream or two. But you guys know, project didn't come through. It's not finished yet. That hole that you seen in the back of the tower, I cut that out with nothing but a Dremel. That took me about 30 minutes on its own. I still gotta clean this thing up the rest of the way, put it through the works before I put any of my hardware back in. I'm going to try to keep the original aesthetics to this tower, which I'm not going to go into too much detail on, but I would like for a lot of you guys to see this when it's finally done being built. But it was supposed to have the firepower to be able to deliver the stream to you guys while also recording it. And Geek Squad told me, nope, you don't have everything you need, so get all the stuff that you need together and just bring it to us afterwards, and we'll make sure everything's running right. At this point, with them saying that, I am pretty much considering doing all my wiring and everything else on my own. The fans, the hookups, the BIOS, everything. But the problem is, this is my first real ever custom built PC. I've never built a custom built before until now. The most that I know is what hardware I should get. Well, not entirely true. I know about half the hardware I should get for a tower. I know the numbers that I've got to run. Okay? I know almost instinctively what sounds like it would go good together. For example, the processor and motherboard that I got, my so-called IT guy back in Arizona, or let me rephrase, my actual IT guy back in Arizona, I gave him a motherboard and a processor, very same ones that I've got right now for this tower, and he put those two together. He managed to take a graphics card from one of his server tower units, threw it in there, went and got a few pieces of RAM, and he turned it on, got it all hooked up and everything, and he said, dude, how the hell did you know this was going to work? Because this should not be... I tried over Newegg and a couple of my other sites to see if these parts were compatible, and they say that they're not compatible at first, then they say they're compatible, and then not compatible again. It's like, okay, so what happened? What's going on? Well, after I turned it on and I was able to actually put Linux on there, it's not acting like an 8-core processor that you gave me. It's acting more like a 16-core processor. So, if that gives you an idea of what numbers I'm talking about, I didn't really read... Let me rephrase that. I didn't read the numbers. I didn't read the gigahertz. I read 8-core processor, unlocked, compatible with this motherboard off the Best Buy website. And it's like, okay, that's what I'm going to go do. That's what I'm going to go grab. And I did so. And Well, he's got a pretty OP Linux PC now. Okay? He doesn't do gaming like I do, but he does do computer stuff more so than I do. And what I basically brought to him and cobbled together surprised even him, especially with the results that it got him. So that being said, almost instinctively, I knew what I needed to go get. Like, that's what my heart, my mind, the back of my mind said, you need to go with that, and you need to go with that. That's going to be great. I did so. And now I'm trying to get my own build working. I'm 3 fans short, 80mm fans short. I'm short a disk drive, and I'm short a couple of front panel USB ports, which I have lined up that I'm probably going to wind up buying in the next 2 weeks or so. And hopefully I will have everything hooked up. I'm actually 4 fans short. I know I said I have one, and yes, it is the right size. But there's another option for me to be able, because I'm still going to have basically all my fans set for exhaust, damn near, right? But there's only going to be one intake, and I actually have a spot for a 120mm fan to hook up to in the front side of the tower that you would not expect to be able to happen. So that's going to be my air intake. And yeah, it's going to be kind of limited, but I've got slots all across this thing's chassis that were already pre-built that are going to essentially make it a it's going to give it the cooling that it needs. It's going to have 4 small 80mm fans as exhaust points, one 120mm fan as an intake point, as an air inlet. So it should be able to cycle air fairly easily, and the 120mm should be pulling air right across the graphics card and keep that relatively cool. But other than that, this tower, it's going to get built. It's just taking a little longer than expected. But after I get these fans and this disk drive on order, then all that'll leave me left really, or be left for this really, is the software, the craptastic copy of Windows 11 software. Yeah, I'm not super excited about that. But you guys know my feelings about that. This is the reason why I wasn't able to do the stream like I said I was going to do for you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Go ahead and leave down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, like, share with your friends, your family. Just let's try to get this channel a little bit more, some more subscribers. All right. Now we're almost done with this computer build, but I am looking forward to more subscribers. The more subscribers, the better, the merrier. We definitely need to try to grow this channel. It's been a good long while since I've seen a new subscriber, so I would appreciate it if one of you guys that are watching now that aren't subscribed to go ahead and subscribe. All right, you guys have been here. You've been stopping by almost every day. So why not just go ahead and just scroll down a little bit with your mouse, or on your phone or your tablet, whichever, and click that subscribe button. Click the subscribe button. Hit the notification button. Press that like button, and that notification will let you know if I got any more videos coming out. Yeah. I mean, I definitely appreciate it. I would definitely appreciate it. Or else. Alright, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I do apologize again for not having the stream happen, and the fact that this project still is not done. I've been through quite a bit with it. I've been doing my best with what I can, Um, so I hope you guys can forgive me for that. And I mean, these problems aren't really entirely my fault. I mean, again, I don't know everything about computers. Uh, I'm kind of glad that I don't, because this is part of what makes building a computer fun, especially with a custom built as built up as this thing is going to be. It's definitely going to be worth it over time. Um, but I'm hoping I can share that with you guys, and you guys can enjoy it just as much as I do. This is going to be probably the most powerful computer that anyone in my family has ever owned. Alright, not just owned, but built up from ground up. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Alright, I'm sorry this was a bit more of a rant video over Windows 11 and everything, but I'm hoping that it gave you a little bit of an insight on not only just my preferences, but also gave you guys a little something to think on of what our future might hold, you know, with the gaming community and computer communities. I mean, it's the way things are looking, it's not good. Microsoft basically, or let me rephrase, Xbox just asked Papa Microsoft not too long ago, can we borrow some money? And it was a hefty amount of money. They bought out all these studios, right? They bought out all these studios, and then they took the employees and essentially fired them and put them on unemployment, basically. They said, no, we don't need you guys doing these games. Sorry, we need games that are much more like this, that are small but earn us a lot of rewards, blah, 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 blah. You had at least one or two studios that could do that. And he got rid of the employees that made the company work. So, yeah. That being said, I am kind of concerned about the way things are going to be ending for video games, the way that they're heading. I figured I'd go ahead and give you guys an update. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments on this kind of stuff, and what you guys think might actually be left in store for us to continue with, or for left in. Why can I not talk? What the future has in store for us and what's going to be left at the end of the road. Okay, there is a lot of things happening that make me worry that everything is just going to fall apart. That we're not going to keep having these great games or great game companies. We're not going to have amazing software to actually work with that can actually handle the jobs that are needed to be handled. Okay? I mean, I looked at the numbers for Windows 11, and the sad part is that Windows 11 is so terrible that at least 68% of Windows users are still on Windows 10. Yeah, that means there's less than 20% of Windows users that's on Windows 11. And I think it was so bad that it did make Microsoft go, hang on a second, what's going on, guys? And that's why they delayed the release of Windows 12 till next year. I'm hoping, I can only hope, this is wishful, hopeful thinking here, but maybe they saw and realized how terrible their software was, that that's why they withheld Windows 12 till a later date. But again, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, your family, or any who actually enjoyed these videos. Leave your thoughts down in the comments of what you think might be happening to the gaming industry, to the computer industry, all of that. I'm practically out of a lot of things to talk about. I know this was about a 40-minute rant video, so again, I apologize. Uh, those of you who have stopped by and actually watched the videos, I appreciate you guys. All right. But with all this being said, everything that has happened and is going to happen, I'm gonna have to go ahead and leave you guys here. Um, and I will catch you all of you in the next one. My name is Silent Sound, and I will catch you all in the next round.